Hello and welcome to ESO Guides with me, your host Crypto at Crypto Gamer, and today guys we are going to be taking a look at the PvE/PvP Imperial City DLC that is available on the Elder Scrolls Online, and we are going to be looking at the Imperial City districts today. If you're enjoying the video, please like, share and subscribe, it really helps me in the algorithm. When you enter into Imperial City, your alliance will dictate where you are on the map. So the top here is Elven Pact, the bottom left here is Arboretum Dominion, and to the right here is the Daggerfall Covenant. The 6 districts of the Imperial City also reflect this where your base is. So if you're Elven Pact like me, Memorial District and the Arena Districts will be your 2 main home districts that will get you back into the Imperial sewers and to your base quicker with your Telvar. If you're Arboretum Dominion, it will be the Elven District and Nobles, and if you are, and for Daggerfall, it will be Temples District and Arboretum. We will start in the Memorial District, and what I will be doing is I will be showing you the bosses, the points of interest such as the trophy vaults for getting sets, and anything like dungeons as well, which as you can see here, you have access to one of the dungeons through the Memorial District, along with safe zones and daily quests as well, guys. So each district, guys, has 2 different bosses. One is slightly harder than the other. And in Memorial, we have Nintek, and we also have Volgas, a large flesh Antronak. Both bosses inside each city's district has the potential to drop a monster helm, which is part of the monster sets. The shoulders can be bought from a Telvar merchant within inside your alliance base. In my honest opinion though, most of these monster sets are not really worth it, just simply because there are better sets out there though. Within the Memorial District, you can actually directly access the Imperial City Prison by going to the very north of the district. This, however, is not the only way that you can access the Imperial City Prison. You can also do it through the Dungeon Finder, and just by going down to it and selecting it and queuing up. Each district within the Imperial City also has access to a trophy vault, which will allow you to purchase sets. These sets, however, and to unlock the door and the chest, need to be used by collecting keystone fragments. Whilst within this zone, you will need to collect 60 per time to use the chest, and when you're inside this room, you will be immune to all attacks, so you cannot be taken out by enemy players. Bearing in mind this is a PvP zone. In this trophy vault for this district, it is actually the Willpower set, which is a 3-piece set and can be combined with a 2-piece set as well. Now guys, when you exit, you will still have immunity, and you can actually go onto the balcony, which will give you a wee breather before you start back on your journey throughout the Imperial City districts. And once you jump down, you will lose your immunity, so be careful when exiting the trophy vaults. Very few people, however, ambush players there, so you should be relatively safe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the location of where the sewer grates are, so that you can make your way back through your own alliance's tunnels safely. The last thing you want to be doing when you're returning back with a lot of Telvar is to end up going through enemy territory, which would put yourself at risk of losing all of your Telvar. Now we will enter into the Arena District, which is the next district, part of the Elven Pact. You are granted damage immunity until you jump down, and this is the other way to go back through the districts. So when you go through, you'll always be up above instead of below, and this makes it easier for you to get through districts without being ambushed by other players and being killed at the doors. When on the surface in the city, you can actually capture all 6 districts if you'd like for your alliance. You will get 3000 AP for completing this task, and you will also get an extra 33% in Telvar from your kills from owning that particular district. This can make a significant difference when taking down the city district's bosses, especially if you have well over 10,000 Telvar and a 4 times multiplier. So you're getting a 4 times multiplier, including 33%, which would basically put you to an extra over 120% for your Telvar gains. Now, when you're taking over one of these districts, you will be met with 3 guards, and if you're a low level player, you're going to find it very, very difficult. Now, once you are over halfway through removing your opposite alliance's flags, it will actually flag the district, and it will tell other players in the vicinity, both friend and foe, that you're taking over the district. Now, all you need to do is get your flag over the halfway mark there, and you will be giving your alliance points. You can decide to either stay and make sure the flag gets fully formed, which I will do here, which will give you a bit more time if people are trying to retake the district, or you can just immediately move on. A lot of people who farm AP within the Imperial City will do this. They will basically move from flag to flag to flag, and usually if you've got a very civil campaign, you'll find that the opposing alliances will basically follow each other in a circle, and this can actually be quite handy for if you don't want to do too much PvP but still gain AP. If you're a new player, you will also find that there will be many chests throughout the Imperial City, and this is a very good way for you to level up your Legerdman skills. The 2 main bosses within Arena is a flesh colossus known as Gorglach the Destroyer, and there is King Krogo, a massive Daedroth that you can fight within this district. Now we are entering a Daggerfall district, the Arboretum, and this is quite an open floor planned area, so this is a dangerous area to be in PvP, as you can be easily spotted by enemy players here. The 2 main bosses that you will see in this segment, a Harvester Yacenda Resplendent and a Spider Daedra known as Lady Maliglia. The Harvester World boss is far easier than dealing with the Spider Daedra World boss, which is better off being taken on in a group of people. Each district, as I said, has 2-tier bosses. One is much harder and one is much easier. And as you can see there is a detection line if you're in stealth mode. If you cross this barrier, you will automatically aggro the boss. Now we will move into the Temples district. The 2 bosses here are Mazulahad, which is a Lich, and Immolator Char, which is a fiery Ogre. These bosses tend to go around the middle circle here, and this is where you will usually find them. In multiple zones throughout the DLC as well, you will find what we call safe zones. These are small areas within each district that will allow you to enter down into a non-combative area. You can also collect lore here, and you can also collect some ingredients, some foods, and also you can acquire potions and drinks as well, which is very, very handy. Whilst down here, nobody can attack you, so if you need to go to the toilet or make a cup of tea, you'll be able to do so and not have to worry about losing your Telvar or being attacked by an enemy player. When you exit out of this area, you will be on top of the balcony, which will give you a moment to prepare yourself for jumping back down into the district. Now we will move on to my favourite area, Nobles district. In this district, guys, I am going to show you one of the dailies and also where to find the boss, which you will find in 2 locations. To the left here is one of these locations, which is an alleyway, and it will either be Baron Thirsk or Amnakral. Baron Thirsk is a Grievous Twilight, and Amnakral is a Bone Goliath. As you can see here, this time it was Baron Thirsk. He is the harder of the 2 bosses to defeat. Amnakral can be sold even by low level players. They will also spawn in a similar alleyway but at the other side of the district, guys. So if you don't find them there coming from the Temples district, if you're coming in through the Elven Gardens district, you will find them there instead. In the center of this district is an area where you have 3 different events that go on, where you have to take down and defend the internal structure, which then will give you access to Telvar satchels as well, which you can keep for when you go back down to the surface, and you won't lose them if you die. Now we will move on to quests and dailies. Each district has a main quest line and also a daily quest line marked with the blue arrow. Now, for me personally, I find this is one of the easiest ones, as you don't have to defeat any major enemies at the end that could give you a hard time, like the Temples district. So we've got to kill 8 Legion 0 soldiers and set 4 Ogrim traps. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you all the locations. So the first Ogrim trap is right here. And as you're going to each Ogrim trap, which is in the 4 corners of the map for the most part, in mirroring places, you will be able to take down Legion 0 soldiers, which will mean you will very quickly get the 8 that you need. Usually, to the right here, you will have 3 of them that will spawn. And if you go through here, you can safely avoid all the bosses and make it to the next Ogrim trap, which will be down the bottom through the doors. A quick tip, each and every single district throughout the DLC and the sewers have sky shards. In my other guide through the Imperial sewers, you will see where all those sky shards are. And if you check on the map very easily, whenever you're near one of the sky shards, it will come up and you will be able to easily find it on your map. Now, once you've gotten to the bottom here and taken down all the enemies, you're going to pop out to your left here, and as you will see, here is another Ogrim trap. Beware though, you may encounter the boss here, as you will see in a moment when I go down to the left. There was the boss, he was waiting for us. Now, had I been a bit slower, I would have accidentally ran into him. To your left there are some portals that you can also do in order to get a chest. And down here in the opposite direction, as I was saying, is another Ogrim trap. So now we have managed to get 3 out of 4 Ogrim traps. And now all we have to do is get our last 2 soldiers. And with that, we have almost completed this part of the quest line. A quick tip, whenever you're in the Imperial City, as well, whenever you take down enemies or whenever you check bags, keep an eye out for luminous ink, as I have found a few pieces of luminous ink within the Imperial City. And here we are, we have found the very last Ogrim trap. And with that, we have completed the daily. Now all we need to do is travel back towards the base. But first, we have to visit our very last district, which is the Elven Gardens. The Elven Gardens has 2 bosses within inside of it. And it is one of the territories mostly used by the Aldemary Dominion. From the layout of the landscape in this area, as you can see, there is siege equipment going on, and not only that, but they are also camped within this district. The Clanfear boss is known as the Screeching Matron, and the Watcher boss in this area is known as Zol the Ever Wakeful. Zol the Ever Wakeful is the harder boss, but the Screeching Matron is also relatively difficult as well. The bosses will predominantly strut in a cross-like fashion in this intersection here, which is actually very handy because it is usually right in front of the flag that you can take. So you can actually drag the bosses into the defending flag NPCs and use them to help you take down each boss. As you can see, the sky shard is right in the corner there. Now what we'll do, everyone, is we will travel back to the sewers and we will see what the daily gives us and see whether doing this daily task was actually worth doing. So now that we've returned to the sewers, we turn to our right here, we will see Brihanna, and what she will do now is she will give us our rewards coffer.
So you did.
So what we'll do is we will see what we got. So what we'll do is we'll go up to our supplies, and you will see the Siege Master's coffer, and we got the Script of Courage, Siege of Cyrodiil's Merit, and a White Telvar satchel, which if you don't open these until you get back to the sewers, it's a guaranteed amount of Telvar that you'll never lose. So we've got an extra 200 Telvar, and we've learned a new script. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, I hope you'll like, share and subscribe, and also leave me a comment and tell me what you thought of the video and if there was anything that I missed. This has been Crypto Gamer. Have an excellent day. Peace out.